Hi! Kumusta po uli kayo? Sa mga minamahal kong singles, and welcome back to Father Dale's Heart to Heart with Singles. And we continue on talking about falling in love, especially those conditions that make someone fall in love with you, most especially your soul. Kung kaya nga patuloy tayo sa ating pagninilay at patuloy nating pag-aaralan, ano nga bang mga palatandaan pa? At alam niyo mga anak, maibigan niyo ang ating pag-uusapan ngayon sapagkat tumutukoy ito sa isang bagay at prinsipyo na napakahalaga upang sa gayon makapagpasya tayo ng tama, hindi lamang sa magiging hakbangin natin upang gawin ang ating sarili, ang ating pagkatao na lubos na kaakit-akit. At hindi lamang yon, hangad natin ang matutunan natin ang ilang mga palatandaan na magbibigay sa atin hindi lamang ng pag-asa, kundi iba yung lakas ng loob na tahakin ang pagtugon sa tawag ng pagmamahal. Kung kaya nga sa araw na ito, ang ating pagninilayan ay tungkol sa isang prinsipyo na binuksan ko noong nakaraan nating pag-uusap. That is, listening with your eyes and seeing with your ears. Minamahal ko, sinasabi nga dito, desires are states of consciousness that seeks embodiment. Ang pag-ibig sa puso natin, sa kalooban natin, ito isang kamalayan na naghahangad na may pahayag ito una't higit sa magitan ng ating katawan. Ano ba, alalaong baga, it's an incarnation in some form, kung saan ang laman ng ating kalooban ay nagkakameron ng laman sa ating pakikipagkapwa at lalo tigit pagdating sa pagkaibigan o kaibigan man. Kaya sa araw na ito, hayaan yung gamitin ko sa ating pag-uusapan ang mahusay na libro na maaari nyo ring ma-order sa Amazon na sinulat ni Lillian Glass na ang pabagat ng libro, The Body Language Advantage. Dito, mahusay niyang ipinaliwanag na ang ating mga kilos, galaw, pananalita, ay marami palang sinasabing kabuluhan. At kung magiging mapagmatsyag lamang tayo at mapagmasin, marami palang ipinapahayag ang ating pangangatawan, ang ating pananalita, bukod pa sa ibig ipahayag ng labi natin. Alalawang baga, listen with your eyes. Listen with your eyes. Maging mapagmasid, sapagkat marami kang maririnig na animoy tinig na hindi binubuksan ng kaharap mo ang kanyang labi. Kaya, kilalanin natin ang isang katotohanan ng buhay, lalo na sa mga marami sa kabataan ngayon na lumaki na sa gadgets. Marami ngayon ang kabataan ang hindi na marunong makipaglaro sa kalsada, mula patintero at piko. At ngayon, sa cellphone na ang paglalaro, sa computer na ang paglalaro, o sa tablet man, alalaong baga, hindi sila nahubog at nasanay na maging mapagmasid sa kapwa nila. Sapagkat minsan ang nakakadaupalad natin sa ating pagchat-chat ay bunga na ng Snapchat. Alalaong baga, kahit sa tunay nakakatakot, nagmumukhang cute. Kahit walang kahit tsutsura, dahil ang mukha ay baku-bako, napapakinis ito, mahiwagang filter. At dahil dito, pag minsan, nalilinlang tayo sapagkat tunay, hindi nasanay makipag face-to-face encounter. And in a face-to-face encounter, there are so much, there are a lot of things communicated that if you are aware and if you are just observant, you'll come to know the person more than, sabi nga, what they try to express. Kung kaya nga, sinasabi ni Lillian Glass na totoo ito, simpleng dahilan, because our body doesn't lie, nor do our voice or speech patterns. If you know how to read others, you truly have an added advantage over others, because all relationship ebb and flow. If you could read what is really going on, you can help thwart potential problems or complications in the relationship. Kaya, reading body language and listening to vocal cues can help you figure out whether your spouse or lover is being faithful or not, or whether this hotty, yummy lady you've been chatting up really likes you, or she's just being polite. Napakaganda, di po ba? Na kahit paano sa magitan ng kanyang katawan na nangungusap, ang kanyang paa, kamay, ang pamamaraan ng paghilig niya, at least malaman mo kung interesado ba siya o hindi. Di ba? So, reading other depends on being in tune also with your emotions. Because this is a very, sabi mo sa isang banda, highly intuitive activity. Kung kaya nga, the truth is we are stimulated by what we hear in people's voice, their speaking patterns, the content of what they say, but also what we see in their posture, body stance, movement, and facial expressions. My dear brothers and sisters, emotions speak the truth. Even if you try to hide your real emotions, eventually they would reveal themselves, because the cranial nerves in our brain control both our facial and vocal expression. They changes. The true feelings are being reflected by our body. They are letting you know exactly what they think and how they feel about something. No matter how hard we try to suppress our emotions, a flash of genuine feeling will eventually escape, even for a millisecond, through our bodies. And this body language has a universal quality. No matter what culture you're from, your body language is the vehicle that relays your emotions. Just look at the pictures. You'll notice you try to show these pictures from one culture over the other, and commonly they will have a same interpretation of these facial expressions. So, let's start our lesson for today. What leaning the body means. If you see these two couples, and this is how they stand by with each other, what are your impressions? Definitely you'll say they are close. My dear brothers and sisters, because when you are fond of someone, there is a natural tendency for you to lean your body in the direction of the person. The angle of the lean and how physically close they are to each other reflect the degree of intimacy in their relationship, which could be romantic or which means they're close friends. If they lean their bodies toward each other, it's tantamount to say they share a mutual interest and attractions. If one person's lean forward while the other leans back, it means perhaps one is more interested than the other. So, what leaning the body means? If one person leans forward more than the other, and this occurs while they are on a date or have a business meeting, it suggests that one is not interested in or is turned off by the other. Lalo na kung talaga medyo palayo ay palayo ang isa. Gayon din, when you see people standing apart from one another, it usually means they don't like one another or they are threatened by each other. And this has been proven by research. Research shows that those who stand at a far distance from others are often perceived as being arrogant or superior. Those who want a special place, who would sit on a certain sort of a throne, speaks a lot about the person. Perhaps truly he feels far superior than others. So that is how leading says. But there is also a possibility that the person may be standing far away from you if he or she feels insecure, threatened, intimidated, or plainly doesn't like you. That's obvious naman, di ba? So, when space and territory matters, people react when their space and territory is infringed upon. Women may turn their back on or give a cold shoulder when when there is another woman, in an attempt to send a message that she is not welcome and keep her out of her space or territory. Standing close to another person can indicate that he or she is trying to intimidate you. Yung talagang lumalapit na sa yung ganyan, no? This closeness can often be seen as a hostile act. Gaano ba kalayo mula sa mukha mo ang hahayaan mo ang isang taong lumapit sa iyo? Isang di pa ba yan? Na pag ito'y lumapit pa, you'll already feel that you are being confronted. Kaya, distance speaks a lot. So when people get too close for comfort, it is not uncommon to see expression of annoyance or even aggression on a person's face when he or she feels his or her space is being invaded. So tapping your foot or positioning your feet and legs to allow quick exit is a common sign of wanting to escape a situation or to assume a turtle-like position. Kaya, look at it this way. A turtle-like position is like this. Okay? So, if someone can't leave an uncomfortable situation, she may try several self-protective movements such as using her arm to cover her torso or crossing both arms over one's chest. Or yung mga example natin na riyan. Pulling back from the person opposite you and tucking your chin toward your chest means self-protection during uncomfortable or awkward moments. Mirroring. This is a sign of respect and attraction. In the 70s and early 1980s, women were told that to get a man to like them, they need to mirror his physical movements. If he scratched his head, then she was instructed to scratch her head. If he smiled, then she was supposed to smile. Although it might have been manipulative to get a man you like to take notice and relate to you, many women succeeded in getting to the next step with a man just by mirroring him or her. Mga anak, subukan nyo yan. Then tell me kung effective nga ba yan. But they say this is very effective. Kung anong ginagawa niya, subukan mong kopyahin, gayahin mo rin, and definitely, he'll take notice. Ganun din. Kaya pag siya'y nangalumbaba, kalumbaba ka rin. Di ba? Pag siya'y humiling na ganun, hiling ka rin. So, mirroring is a technique often used by those who need to develop an immediate rapport. The more body language signals you have in common, the more that they can relate to you. Try it, Iha. Try it. And guys, subukan nyo rin. Baka nga, malay mo, di ba? Subukan natin. Your posture. When people stand with their shoulders slouched and their head down, it usually means that they suffer from little or no self-confidence. Their posture may also indicate shame and embarrassment. No matter how well a person is dressed or how physically attractive, poor posture can negate anything positive about the image or she wants to project to others. This stance indicates insecurity. Kaya mga anak, medyo ilabas naman natin ang ating mga hinaharap ng konti. Puff your chest. Kasi pag yan medyo nakaurong na ganyan, it speaks na para bagang not just insecure, but somebody is quite defensive. Or somebody who has nothing to offer. Kaya ladies, medyo practice how to stand straight. Diba? Your posture. If someone stands too rigid or assume a soldier-like posture, it signals that she is uptight, inflexible. It also means she or he might be precise and fastidious to the point that she can't relax. It is often very uncomfortable to be around people who stand or sit this way because they don't put others at ease and seem to be constantly on guard. Para bagang gorgeous reveal kung sabihin niya. So, better to take a casual stance where there is flexibility and movement, which means that the person is at ease and comfortable with himself, which make others want to be around him. Pero anak, ingatan din natin ito because this might indicate aggression. Yung patagilid na medyo nakagayaan, tapos kung makatingin para mula ulo hanggang paa, anak, this project hostility. Kaya kung ang isang parabagang sakong nito ay parabagang hindi nakalapat, it could also mean that this person could be very physically abusive because that is a stand of somebody who is preparing to attack. Ganun din. Rocking, moving, and fidgeting. When a person rocks back and forth and moves around a lot, it usually means that he or she feels anxious and uncomfortable and wants to get out the situation away from someone. Lalo na kung medyo nagkakamot sa leeg yan. Kasi ang ibig sabihin anak na yung ginagayon yung kwelyo ay para maganda iinitan pa sasakal na. Okay? So, the rocking back and forth may be also a form of self-soothing and a means of physically calming themselves down. When people fidget, it's not uncommon to see them wringing their hands, rapidly moving their fingers, tapping on their arms, or even scratching themselves. It means they are worried. They feel anxious about something. It may also be a sign of deception, that they are not telling the truth. So, this kinds of movement may also indicate bored na sila. So, perhaps it's high time to change topic or switch to another place. Diba? Head and neck positions. If someone tilts her head while listening to you, it can mean that she's either not processing or isn't sure of what you just said. Ano medyo? Tapos nakatingin sa iyo. Most often, when someone tilts his head, you won't see his smile because the tilt means the person is unsure about something or someone. He may doubt something about himself or others. However, for women, tilting one's head could be a sign that she is interested with you. As a head tilt is also considered flirtatious. Kaya pag yan lalo na yung parang pinakikita niya sa iyo yung tenga niya. O yung kanyang leeg. That could be a sign that she's into you. So, when you see a person's head suddenly jerk backwards, it means literally she's taken aback by something she heard or saw. She might be shocked or surprised. She may tuck in her chin and judge. Ibig sabihin nagulat. Ano? So, when a person constantly nods his head, he subconsciously wants you to agree with him. He may be telling you a lie while nodding his head all along. Hopes that you will agree with what he is saying. Ganon din, anak. Pag yun namang parang nangunguna na yung leeg niyang papunta sa'yo, ano bang ibig sabihin yan? It could mean that the person is already angry with you. That he is the aggressor and most likely looking for a verbal or a non-verbal fight. Kaya yung paghalimbawa, gumano na yung kamay niya, gumano sa'yo, lalo na nasa meeting kayo, hanap na nito away. So be very careful, ha? Hand language. You can often tell a person's emotional state by the position of his or her hand. Whenever his or her hand is open or closed, could speaks whether he is happy or not. At syempre, alam natin na pag yan ay nakakuyom, ay talaga parang naghahabol ng laban. Kung kaya nga, tenting means he's speaking the truth, and an open hand when one is explaining something is he's saying, I'm not lying. Because he's willing to show you his or her torso that emphasizes that I am right now vulnerable because this is the truth. So, generally, using your arms and head when you speak added emphasis on what you're trying to communicate. Kaya, yung pagnod ng head, lahat ng galaw, emphasizes your points. But if you see a strong flowing hand movements when a person is speaking, it indicates confidence, it indicates some truth in what he is saying. There are times when a person's speaking to you will do so with the hands clasped behind him. This indicates the ultimate in self-communication. Pag yan nasa likod, you'll notice some teachers, when they speak, nakalagay sa kamay nila sa likod, which indicates that he has nothing to hide, that he's being truthful. Yun pala mga style natin dyan. So, hand language. When you see someone with bleeding hands gesture, in which she shows you the back of the hands and not the palms of her hands, chances are she's not telling you the truth and is hiding something. Ito po ang kamay kalimitan ng mga nangungutang. Para pagayaan. At baka walang hindi handaya magbayad. Pagayaan. So, hand fidgeting or moving the fingers around when they are interlocked or placing the fingers on the other hand often indicates deception. Okay? Baka yan kaya may mga kamay na pag minsan it indicates na parang manggogoyo nga lang ito. We may even see people holding onto table or the sides of the chair to ground themselves as they spin their web of deception. Mga humahawak sa edge ng lamesa. When people suddenly scratch their hands, either their palms or the back of their hands, there is a good chance that they are lying to you. This is because of the blood flow changes that occurs when a person lies. The capillaries expand, which often creates an itching sensation. Ay, yung mga kumakamot sa kamay na gayaan, ha? It is uncommon to see people hide their hands when they lie to you. Ha? So, yung mga taong hindi nagsisinungaling kalimitan, hindi naglalagay ng kamay sa bulsa nila pag nagsasalita na sila. When you see someone scratching his head or the back of his neck, it often means he is feeling uncertain about something. Pay attention to the person's face, which may exhibit a quizzical or confused expression. No matter what culture you're from, someone points a finger at you, it is a hostile gesture. The closer the index fingers touch or even touching the person with the index finger is a sign of hostility. Ito ang katakutan mo. Pag nakaganyan ng pwesto, ang girlfriend mo, asawa mo, o ang magulang mo, may kalalagyan ka. Away ito. If someone speaks to you with hand on the hips, it is a sign of arrogance. If their arms akimbo, yung para bagang yung nakapwestong parang manununtok, it means they are angry. It is also an aggressive gesture that carries hostility and say, keep your distance. The language of the legs and the feet. If you want to know how a person really feels about you or whether he or she is lying, look at his legs and feet. Though it may be possible to temporarily manipulate one's facial, arm, and hand gestures, it is essentially possible to control one's foot and leg movements. The way a person stands and sits and walks can give you reliable clues about the type of person with whom you are dealing with. A person who is solid and open and stands with both feet evenly spaced apart is a position that suggests he has nothing to hide. And if a person sincerely like you, you will notice his toes pointed in your direction. Whether she is sitting or standing, the closeness of her feelings towards you is often reflected in how close her toes are to yours. Ooh. Tingnan mo pala yung lalaki kanya sa kanyang paa sa nakaturo. At pag yan ay kursunada ka, utay-utay lumalapit din yan dun, papunta sa iyo yung hinlalaki dito sa paa. Magandang sign yun, di ba? So, how a person walks can signal hostility. If they take large steps and make loud dumping noises with their shoes, yung napadyak, it's a sign of hostility. So when people walk a steady pace with a slight bounce in their step, it shows self-confidence and a sense of happiness. The arm swings at their side, they often have a relaxed and contented look as they walk. So, magkaroon sana ng bounce yung step mo. Pero pag yan ay mabagal, pagkatapos ay nakayuko pa, parang walang sigla ang paglakad, perhaps this person is depressed. Okay? Or may pinakakaisip-isip. And commonly mabagal ang lakad. Meron din sinasabi nun ng aking ina na ang tao na kung lumakad ay paayas-as na ang swelas ng sapatos sa paglalakad, kaingat ka rin. Yung mga tao daw gayan, tamad, batugan. Kaya tingnan mo kung paano lumakad. Kung yan ay para bagang pagasgas. At kung gusto mo, pag nakalingat ito, tingnan mo kung saan nagagasgas yung sapatos. Pag masyadong gasgas ay sa parting pasakong, kalimitan tamad daw yan. Ganon din. When sitting, if legs are crossed at the knee, it shows confidence, openness, and self-assuredness. And when a man in particular sits with the leg resting on his knee, he is showing overconfidence that verges on arrogance. When a person wraps her foot around her leg or locks her ankles by placing one foot over the other, she is letting you know that she is not feeling secure or self-confident. While If a person doesn't want to be with you or holds back from communicating with you, it's not uncommon for you to see her feet crossed at the ankles. And she will remain in that stationary position throughout your interaction. Ang pagkakaiba nga pala ng itong dalawa, yung isa, marahil nahihiya lamang, na-insecure, kaya patagilid ang upo. So, pag nakita mo nakapataligid, lalo na't babae, ibig sabihin yan, kailangan i-assure mo siya. Habang pag ang babae naman, ang tuhod niya, magkadikit ang tuhod niya, pagkatapos nakakross pa ang ankle niya, at ang direction ay papunta sa iyo, hindi patagilid, ibig sabihin yan, hindi siya interesado sa iyo. At may paninindigan niya ito. Ha? Gayon din. Pag ang kanyang sakong ay iniurong niya ang kanyang paa at ang isang sakong ay nakataas, paalis na yan. Yan ay gustong umalis hanggat makaari, aalis agad yan. Okay? Facial language. When someone's facial expression does not match his words, there is trouble. Pag ang sinasabi niya ay hindi congruent sa pinakikita ng mukha niya, may problema tayo dyan. Be very careful, kumbaga. The eyes often tell how a person feels about us. When a person likes you and first sees or meets you again, his eyes become wide and circular, as though he wants to take in your presence visually. Someone who is attracted to you will cross grace. Ano yung cross grace? Ganito yon. Yung habang nakatingin sa iyo, marahil nakatingin siya sa parting kaliwa mo, tapos titingin siya ganyan. Tapos babalik ulit. Okay? This is a way of processing his attraction to you. Tapos hindi masyado nataas ang kanyang eyebrows, kaya medyo napungay ng kaunti. And as he mirrors your facial expression, his eyes and brows will do what your eyes do. Pagmasdan mo ngayon yung mata. Someone who likes or loves you can keep his eyes off you. Iyan ang isang telltale sign, mga anak. Pag yung kahit hindi kayo magkausap, naroon kayo sa isang crowd, yung sabi nga, nanakaw ng sulyap at tingin sa iyo, yung kahit sa malayo. Tapos babalik-balik ang tingin sa iyo. Yan na yan, anak. Ha? So, he may also verbally describe your action and reaction. Like, tingnan mo kung paano lumabas yung dimples mo, cute. Ha? Okay? So when someone is in love with you, he tends to look at you with soft gaze, and his eyes may appear to glisten. You know, the brain has a way, pag yung gusto ka daw niyan, yung lahat ng mga body lubricants natin, iti-trigger ng ating brain. Kaya ang isang kwan daw ay nagniningning ang mata kasi parang nabuo ng parang manipis na luha. Yan. Ha? When someone is surprised or astonished, her eyes will often widen and you'll see the sclera, the whites of her eyes, above the iris, which is the colored part of your eye. Anticipating the surprise response will help you easily spot if after confronting a person in a lie. The expression of surprise often accompanies a raised eyebrow and forehead and a slack jaw or an open mouth. Ganyan yun. Ibig sabihin, yung puti sa ibabaw ng mata natin, makikita mo yan. Habang a person who is afraid will have also a wide-eyed appearance. The main difference is that all of the sclera tends to be visible, The jaw, instead of dropping in surprise, will tense and we should usually pull back in a horizontal position. Uh, Tete jaw. Habang yung isa naman, yung isa, okay? Someone is angry at you when he doesn't smile, has a tense facial expression, and stares at you without breaking his gaze. It also means that the same is intimidate, dominate, or threaten you. While, when someone doubts or disbelieves what you're saying, he will narrow his eyes, furrow his brows, wrinkle his forehead vertically, and slightly squint one eye. All that. Gayon din. Okay. Smiling. If you know what to look for, you can tell when a smile is genuine or forced. It's a forced smile. Larawan ng forced smile, pag may picture taking ang pamilya at pinipilit ng nanay na, mga anak, ngiti, ngiti, ngiti. Yun ang larawan ng that's sort of a forced smile. So, in smiling, when someone really likes you, it shows in her smile. With a heartfelt smile, as we learned earlier, the eyes crinkle, lumalabas yung ngiti sa hanggang mata. The corner of the lips turns upward, pataas. The apples of the cheek are raised and resemble puffy balls. Namumurok ang pisngi. A person whose smile is generally radiates happiness, prompting those around to smile in return because her smile is often indicates safety and comfort. Parang yung katulad ng ngiti nung sa laraw ibinigay ko kanina. However, if you see someone smiling at you but his eyes are not crinkling, his cheeks are not raised, or he doesn't show his teeth, the smile is fake. And commonly may tilt din patalikuran. When people show their teeth in a fake smile, the teeth and the jaws are clenched. Aragang narito ang versa ng ngiti. They are tight-lipped, hindi masyadong malaki. Okay? Because it shows tension. Okay? However, a tight-lipped, frowning expression means that the person is angry pero ginagamit lamang ang paggiti just to be polite. O pinipigilan niya ang kanyang damdamin. So when someone is speaking but trying to manufacture a story, it is not uncommon to see the lip swing. Diba? In which she pulls her lip to one side of her face as the expression when people are confused or trying to determine what to do next. Be on the lookout for a genuine smile at an inappropriate moment. For instance, someone who smiles during a discussion of your boyfriend's infidelity, secret perhaps she is thrilled of the two where you are no longer a couple. Abangers ba kayo? You also see genuine smile known as the duping delight, when someone lies to you and thinks she got away from it. If you confront her, you usually get a verbal denial, but see a genuine smile and even hears a chuckle. Signal of guilt on their part. Now, let's put it together. Deciphering it all. Una, one of the main differences between men and women involves space and distance. Men take up more physical space or room than women because men tend to spread their limbs out during business and social interaction. Men, when they speak, men tend to uh, gestures and use more space. At times, it may convey incorrectly aggression. However, in general, truly, it's just natural for men to make larger and more sweeping gestures rather than away from, rather than toward their body. While women, on the other hand, tend to be smaller in their gesturing dito lang sa loob nila. So when men are seated and listening to someone, they tend to lean back in reclining position, interlock their fingers behind their neck, and bisig kukuya-kuyakoy, yung sabi nga ay medyo yung kanilang hita ay pinapapalakpak o pinakakaway-kaway. While women, when they're listening, they tend to lean directly, and which makes them appear attentive. Kaya, my dear ladies, hindi ko mo gumanito ang lalaki sa iyo habang nakikipag-usap sa iyo, hindi siya interesado, matuwa ka pa nga, ibig sabihin nakikinig siya. Nakikinig siya. So that is how men at times, sabihin natin, that's their common behavior or mannerisms when they're listening. So don't get offended by that gestures, okay? Ang problema nito, studies have shown that men more than women tend to touch others when speaking. Women can easily misinterpret this behavior as flirting, when that may not be the intention of men at all. Doon ka kaingat. Ha? Baka akala mo gustong-gusto ka niyan. Kasi, by nature, according to studies, men are more touchy, especially men with other men. Yung mga nagbabasketball, yung mga athletes, tignan mo pag yung nakashoot kung magkahampaso ng gayan at magkatapi ka ng gayan, pag bisig susuntok yung pang Ngayon, ang problema lang natin dito is in the office setting. Dahil pag ang babae ay hindi alam na ganito yung natura ng lalaki o kaya hindi niya nilinaw, this might be misconstrued as sexual harassment. At kasuhan naman yan. Malaking komplikasyon din yan sa iyo, sa iyong kumpanya at sa inyong kamanggagawa. Kaya, pag ganyan, if you truly feel uncomfortable with, tell him agad, I don't like it. Kasi men at times are very touchy. Okay? Nang-aakbay pa yung pagminsan. Yun yung natura ng mga kalalakihan. So, in terms of facial language, is this. Men sometimes tend to avoid eye contact and not look directly at the other person whom they are speaking. Instead, they look at the other person from an angle. Hindi diretsamente. Kaya pag kausap mo yung jojowain mo, huwag kang magalit na bakit hindi ito natingin sa mata, nagsisinungaling na naman to sa akin. Hindi. That's commonly natingin yan kaya lang from the side. Women, on the other hand, tend to look directly at the person they're speaking to. So, during negative interaction, men will usually stare and maintain eye contact, visually focusing on the person with whom they are in conflict. Kaya mas matakot ka. Pag yun ay nakatutok na sa iyo, nakatingin na sa iyo, ibig sabihin galit na yan sa iyo. So, during an argument naman, di na makakabaliktaran ng isang babae. They often lower their eyes and avert their gaze. In general, women are more likely than men to avoid confrontation and anger. Doon naman nagkakaiba. Pag gulo at away ang pag-uusapan, titig na titig yung lalaking akala mo yung mga angain. Ang babae naman ay paiwas kung makatingin. Look at this picture. Even though this couple is smiling and leaning towards each other, upon closer inspection, you will notice that the woman appears more into her man than he is into her. Her smile is genuine with raised cheeks, smiling eyes, and lips parted to show her teeth. She leans her head into his head in a display of affection. He, in turn, wears an ambivalent smile with his lips pulled back tightly. His non-smiling eyes expresses ambivalence in the relationship. Oh. Kaya pala may minsan pag kayo nagpa-picture, pagmasdan mo kung paano siya ngumiti doon sa picture might say a lot. At kung paano siya humilig sa iyo o hindi nahilig sa iyo. When someone likes you, he smiles a lot. His brows are raised and his eyes open wide. He hugs you like he means it. You feel both each other's body close to you because there is close to you because there is no physical space between you. He wants to engulf you and you feel the same. He has a genuine expression of joy in his face. Kaya, sabihin mo doon sa kaibigan mo na nakatingin, panakaw na kuha ka na litrato para makita mo kung ano ba talaga expression ng mukha niya pag niyayapos ka, di ba? Ganun din. When someone is not into you, she can barely look at you, let alone touch you. Kung yung isa ay close, ibig sabihin, mukha sa mukha no magbeso, dibdib sa dibdib, pusod sa pusod ay magkadikit. Pag hindi ka gusto niyan, there would be distance. Una, yung mukha medyo nakatagilid, ayaw humarap. Ayaw ka man ng pagmasdan. At ang katawan, lalo na parteng bawang, medyo palayo sa iyo. Na para bagang ayaw ilapit sa iyo. Kaya pag ganyan na yumakap ang mister mo o misis mo o jojowain mo, medyo bang-isip ka na. If there's fixed distance, especially at the lower body parts, chances are there's a lack of sexual attraction or physical chemistry. Ito pa, there may be an intimacy issue if a person always insists on hugging you from behind or insists on being in back of you. Minsan nakala natin, sweet naman, laging gusto niya yung nasa likuran ko't niyayapos niya ako mula sa likuran. Isip ka. Hugging when there's genuine romantic affection and mutual attraction, face to face, belly to belly button. Yeah. And if one of the parties raises her shoulder, medyo nakataas yung isang palayo pa sa'yo, and keeps her hands and arms to herself or himself instead of touching the other, perhaps there is trouble in the relationship. When couples are into each other, they stay physically close and keep their hands and arms off each other. Yan ang pagmamasdan yung inang mga anak. Kahit yung mga naglalakad, sa paglalakad nakikita ko na kung anong estado nung mag-asawa o nung magjowa. Kaya pagmasdan ninyo rin yan. While, itong mga anak, if someone touches you at the shoulder area, she most likely just wants you to be her friend o his friend. Na-friend zone ka. Pag alam ihawak sa balikat na nakagayon. Friend zone ka. So, alam mo na kung sa kalalagay sa buhay niya. Okay? Pero sa bagay, pwede rin naman ma-develop, diba? Pero, ang chance mo medyo slim. Men may put both hands in their pockets with their thumbs pointing to their male organ. It is not meant to be vulgar. I tell you, hindi bastos ito. And most men don't consciously realize they're doing it. But when they are attracted to a woman, many men automatically make this gesture. Kaya pagmasdan mo na anak yan, ha? Pag ikay kaharap ba niya, sabay suta ka pa niya dun sa ibig sabihin, may pag-asa. May pag-asa. Habang kung sa babae mo namang nililiyag, ay panay ang galaw niya doon sa kanyang kwintas, o kaya sa kanyang collar, kaya sa kanyang buhok sa tenga. Yan. Women also showcase their body to show a man they're interested. But they do it differently. They will often play with a necklace to draw attention to their neck and breast area. which says they are available, vulnerable, and open. Fiddling with their jewelry draws attention to the area that attract most men, their breasts. Similarly, women often toss their hair off to their shoulder to draw attention to their upper body. Mm. Kaya pag yung palay-palay, ah, I can feel it. Anak, may pag-asa tayo dyan. Ha? A kiss is just a kiss, yes. However, it is one of the ultimate tests to validate whether your vision and sense of smell have deceived you. A kiss is your chance to get extremely close to see, smell, and taste the person who has attracted you. You may like their looks, but they may not smell or taste right to you. And that will end the attraction. Diba? So, when you're initially into a person and vice versa, you cannot stop kissing each other because all your senses are stimulated by them. But when a relationship wanes, it also starts with the kiss. Kisses become perfunctory, mabilisan, short, sandali lang, and hard. Why hard? Sa palagay niyo. Hard sapagkat the lips tensed. It says, I don't want to be really kissing you. It is or her kiss. Sabi nga nung kanta ni Bon the Shepherd, does he loves me? I wanna know. It's in his kiss. Sa sitcom no na Ali McBeal. When someone is into you, the person laughs a lot with you. Tawa ng tawa. Sabi sa inyo, masaya siya. Kahit kaunti, akala mo joke na. But it's time to get out of the relationship when the other person rolls his eyes when he speaks to you. Especially kung may kasama pang buntong na. Lalo na kung may ibang tao. Already is declaring he or she is tired of you, no longer interested with you, disgusted with you. Kula dalay ubiling, anak, baka ina sinasabi na, bakit ka na? Baka hindi ito para sa'yo. At the same time, let me ask you to see with your ears how someone's voice reflects attraction. When people like you, first and foremost, they speak to you with respect. That's the number one key. Respect. In addition, they do the following. Let me name them. Speak in a sweet-sounding, non-harsh tone. Speak with a little in their voice, conveying animation and excitement. Engage in give and take during conversations. Elaborate on what you say and ask questions. They sprinkle their speech with terms of endearment and politeness. Lalo na kung nag-uutos. Mahal, paabot naman yan. Yeah. Uy, palambing naman. Yeah. Yung ka parang may, ang tono ng boses ay parang may ritmo, kumbaga. Never think of putting you down or hurting your feelings in any way. They would speak truthfully, openly, and readily discuss and clear up misunderstanding or communication. Make definite future plans to see you again. And show interest in your plans, friends, families. Mahalaga sa kanya kung anong mahalaga sa iyo. But when they don't like you, these are the indicators. They would answer abruptly, give curt answers to your questions, but do not elaborate. Hanggang oo o hindi nga lamang pangminsan. Don't reciprocate or ask you questions. Constantly talk only about themselves. They would exaggerate or lie to you. They are critical and judgmental of you and at times sarcastic. They would put you down. They would try to compete with you and try to top you to show they are better than you. They would negate and minimize what you hold dear, your career, your family, your friends, your pets or hobbies, etc. And when it's time to bail out, because they continually speak loudly and in angry, impatient, and disgusted tone. They blame and accuse. They are accusatory toward you. They call you names and curse at you. Minumura ka na nito. They demean and degrade you, telling you directly or indirectly that you're stupid, ugly, fat, etc., etc. They compare you to others as they point out your flaws and shortcomings. The two of you no longer have civilized conversation. Lagi na lang pagtatalo, away. They gnash their teeth in anger. They might mean also a warning sign that this might lead to verbal and physical violence, warning you to leave. And when someone points a finger at you, at your face, at your chest, commonly, the next time it might be some form of physical violence. So, my dear brothers and sisters, that's it. Listening with your eyes and seeing with your ears. Reading the embodiment of desire. Kung kaya nga mga anak, maging mapanuri ang iyong mata, maging malinaw ang iyong tenga. Dahil sabi ko nga kanina, minsan lang tayo magmamahal. Sapagat minsan lang tayo mabubuhay sa mundong ito at kalimitan iisa lang pagkakatao'y binibigay sa atin upang ialay ang puso natin. Kung kaya, maging marunong ka sa pag-ibig mo. Talasan mo ang iyong mata, linawan mo ang iyong tenga. Kilalanin siyang totoo. Hindi lamang sa mga bagay na ipinakikita at sinasabi niya, kundi sa bawat kilos at galaw niya at tono ng pananalita niya. Ito po si Father Dale Anthony Q. Barreto ko na bubabati sa inyo na sana maging marunong ka sa sandaling iibig ka. Bukas, sisikapin natin namang pag-aralan ang mga kung hindi na madaan sa santong dasalan santong paspasan. How can you really make him or her fall in love with you? Have a blessed day. Stay safe.